Hi, I'm Bianca and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 things that you can do to balance your blood sugar in between meals naturally. So the first thing that you need to do, and that everyone should be doing, and that is to have a vegetable starter with every single one of your meals. So whether the vegetable is roasted, barbecued, sauteed, steamed, air fried, dealer's choice. But when you consume vegetables, you consume fiber. And what fiber does is it coats the lining of our digestive tract, which means that we have a slower gastric release or emptying. And that means that we have less of a glucose response from the foods that we consume. And so this is kind of like a universal thing. It's harmless. Having a salad is good advice for everyone. Of course, if you're allergic to certain vegetables, don't use those vegetables. But having a salad or having vegetables, whether they're in a broth or a soup, or again, whether they're cooked or raw, like whatever, vegetables, what that's going to do is wonders for your glucose after and in between meals. The second thing is you want to move your muscles. If you use your muscles for 10 minutes after you have a meal that has a lot of carbs in it, or just again, any meal, what you do is you use up some of that excess glucose that your body might not be able to use, and it doesn't stay in our system, causing blood sugar issues. This can apply to just going for a walk for 10 minutes after you eat. You could do Pilates, you could, eat something if you want to have like a bagel or a croissant or something like that. Eat it, but go for a walk or something after. And that again helps to balance your glucose naturally. Of course, my neighbor wants to make noise right now. And that will help you to balance your glucose naturally after and in between your meals, because you're not going to have excess glucose in your system that can cause a spike and then a dip. So reactive hypoglycemia, it's not going to cause you to have high blood sugar that just stays high. It makes it so that your body uses up that glucose and it doesn't float around your system. The longer you use your muscles, the better. For bonus points, doing things like weight training and lifting weights and just load-bearing exercise is even better. The reason being is because when you are doing something like cardio or going for a walk, after you stop doing that thing, you aren't getting the glucose burning effects anymore. The benefit is kind of gone, but that's fine. You did what you needed to do. That being said, if you want extra credit, what you would do is doing something like weight training, because even when you are at rest, because your muscles have torn and then they're repairing, that process is still actively using up some of the glucose in your system. Of course, not as much as when you're actually lifting the weights or doing the load-bearing exercise, but hey, a little bit goes a long way. And the last thing is apple cider vinegar. I love apple cider vinegar. I use it in salad dressings. I use it in drinks. I use it pretty much everywhere liberally. And the reason being is when you consume apple cider vinegar 1 to 30 minutes before you have a carb heavy meal, it can mitigate the glucose response by up to 30%. Now, will it always be 30%? Maybe not, but you're still going to get that benefit if you consume it before. Now, if you consume it after, you'll still get a little bit of a benefit, not as much as if you consume it before. Now you want to have this apple cider vinegar 1 tablespoon to 8 ounces of water. Now, if you are using apple cider vinegar to resolve anything that has to do with your gut health or anything like that, you want to make sure that you aren't consuming it with such dilution in water. You want to have that be instead 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for 1 tablespoon of water. So yes, you use apple cider vinegar for both digestion and glucose, but the ratio of water and the concentration is a little bit different. So when using it for your glucose, to repeat, you are going to drink it before your meals, 1 to 30 minutes before you have that meal. I always have apple cider vinegar and water if I'm having pasta, if I'm having a sandwich, if I'm having any of those things, just as, a backup. And that right there is 3 things that you can do right now, this minute, that will help you balance your blood sugar meal over meal, day after day, week after week, so that your numbers start to go down, so that you start to eliminate some of those symptoms of PCOS or insulin resistance, or even just not feeling great in between your meals. And so again, to reiterate, you want to have a veggie starter, whether they're roasted, fried, baked, air fried. I don't care, dealer's choice. The second thing is you want to move your muscles. Extra credit if you do something like weight training or lifting weights. And third, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider is your friend. If you like this video, do as you wish, but I hope that you subscribe when you do as you wish, because I'm going to be sharing a ton of information about how you can reverse your insulin resistance. I did it for myself, and manage your PCOS symptoms. I'm never going to say you're going to get rid of PCOS, but you can live asymptomatically, and I'm going to show you how, especially if your PCOS is insulin resistant. So I'm Bianca. Thanks for watching. See you next time.